Good morning again.
अरे वेरी वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग सर, वेरी वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग।
थोड़ा और 200-250 पॉइंट निफ्टी ऊपर है।
अरे 250 पॉइंट क्या सर, 500 पॉइंट, 21,000 आ रहा है। 21,000 सगन का नंबर है, 21,000 है। आने दो बाहर वालों को, आपको तो अपना माल लेना है। और माल अगर है, इफ यू बीन फॉलोइंग ईटी नाउ, you have been bullish and staying put in the month of October last week, and we had told you new eyes are coming, and everyone was thinking it's a joke. Look at the valuation, look at the price. So it is all about Nikunj staying invested, following the mantra of correct discipline, and enjoying the times. So early Christmas is here. Very very good morning to you, Aisha and Awan.
21,000 in the month of December. अब तो बुल नहीं लगता है, right? I mean, what looked like a very tall, high watermark, now after today's opening will actually be 700-800 points away.
Nikunj, the foreigners are underinvested or rather short. And when the fools were selling, you should have bought. Now the fools will buy with full vernum. So when they take you closer to 21,000, sell all your leverage position and go on an early holiday. Because this is the time you will see euphoria. India's outperformance on macros was evident. Now the Fed is on a clear path that there will be a rate cut in the first, maybe January, maybe February. Dollar is very, very weak as gold is rallying. Bitcoin has hit 40,000. Why shouldn't the dollar be at 95? And fourthly, India's whole economic scenario is arguably at the best and gets a further leg up that there will be no, freebies announced on oil and others. So PSUs will again start to rally, and the larger market, the Nifty, is very, very comfortably placed. If I can put my money on anything, it is the index. If I can be anything bullish, it is the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Concentrate on that, and there is still room on the upside in both those indices, which include the like of HDFC, Reliance, or a stock which we have been doing a SIP, Kotak Bank and ICICI, which I think can be the next leg up. Also look at some of the communication stocks, which I think can be huge outperformers after the recent correction. And I will name a few if you want, which I think can be huge large caps which can outperform. You've seen both them and Nykaa be in a space which has been relatively an outperforming over the period of time. It underperformed for a large part. But I would still go with, my top holding is PB Fintech. By the way, it hit a 52-week high. I am very bullish on Zomato and Paytm and those three names. If I had to buy something on this QSR or the whole space, I would still put my money on Devyani. It's a proven brand. It's had a huge track record. They're expanding into more stores. So I would give Honasa a miss. I am not chasing that stock. I will wait for more on the numbers. मैंने पहले भी कहा SW Solar. Their clarification has come. They've cleared all the past debt. And Shapurji Palonji, which defaulted on 418 crore, was the previous promoter and had an indemnity. They've cleared that. You are looking at a business which has an 18 crore equity. It has a 350 crore fixed cost. Nigeria government is signing a $2.2 billion order over the next 3 years. There has been not a single rupee order from the parent, is Reliance Energy, which is talking of 35 gigawatts. This stock is a doubler from here till next July, next Diwali. So HDFC Life is my top pick. I think 750 was the previous high. We are going there. Second would be Godrej Property. Now, Godrej Property is a proxy to gold and stocks hitting all-time highs. I mean, it's been 35 years for me in the market. I have not seen when gold, stocks and Bitcoin hit 30,000. So it's telling me real estate is the best proxy for fixed assets. And who better than Godrej Property? I am staying in DLF, and in just closer to us, there is an area called the SPV, Special Economic Zone. He's launched a new product at 20,000 square foot. So you can imagine what he's looking at and where he's reaching. This is in Gurgaon. I am sure Godrej Property is going back to that 2,500 levels which it hit, maybe last year. Third would be L&T Technologies, LTTS. Their presence in defense and the other allied areas makes it a very, very good choice. This stock is hitting 50 to 100, and I would put these three pedigree names as, in the serial of 1, 2, 3. Well, power. I don't want to chase power, and I don't want to. We have made, by the grace of God, a lot of money, and we want to preserve that. So I am more optimistic on the index, the Bank Nifty, which has been a huge underperformer, and I am very, very optimistic. Power is something I would take, lock, stock, and barrel of. Tata Power is one of our top bets. We think that their underperformance is now going to come out into as an outperformer. We have a target of 350 as a disclosure. This is in our portfolio. On Metro Brands has been very, very, key in outperforming. Their presence in a large part of the metros and now smaller cities is gaining traction. And I think this is a very good, consumer play which you have on consumption. So, the stock has been on a tear since a long time, but declines would be a good opportunity to get in. However, don't chase value at this time. Since I said large part of the large caps are giving you a lot of comfort to be over there, particularly the banks and some of the insurance companies. I am now of the opinion that the bank Nifty, which had lost momentum, is now in leadership. And obviously, you will buy the frontliners, which for the large caps or the liquidity purely is in HDFC, ICICI and Axis. But I would single out Kotak to be the biggest outperformer here. I think it languished after the last 4 months. But I think Kotak's earnings, its new management and the continuity give me enough comfort in Kotak. On the small caps, I am very, very optimistic on Bandhan from that 215 level. It has hit 235, 240. But do a sip in Bandhan. The present management is talking of doubling of profits and all bad news of provisioning in the price. So these are two stocks which I would recommend. However, for retail investor, doing a SIP or buying the bank Nifty Bs would be an ideal way of doing, participating in a basket of stocks. So I said clearly PSUs and power. Be watchful over there. I'm not saying that they can't run up more, but when in bull markets, you must leave something on the table since you have encashed good value. I see them a lot of froth on the power side. But on the other hand, I would definitely advocate IT, real estate, and even consumption. I mean, I've been advocating Asian Paints from 3180, 3200. 3130, 3150. I think Asian Paints is a pedigree stock. And, the management's commentary yesterday was very, very optimistic on the growth outlook. So do a recce of where you are, but get into large cap, IT, real estate and consumption. There you have enough comfort and visibility on the upside. The 100%, I think they are going to be the biggest gainers of, rubbishing of the Hindenburg report. And that is where we stuck our neck out in early February when there was chaos. Underlying assets are extremely powerful and the cash generations have always been, at the forefront. I still think there is value in Adani Port and Ambuja. These are two stocks which we have in our portfolio. We will not sell even if they, give you 50% upside. We think grossly some of the, sum of parts plays are very, very attractively priced. And I don't rule out another 25-30% in the near term to maybe the next 2 months coming in Adani stocks. The sheer underweight and the relative, shorting on these stocks was tremendous. That's why you've seen, when did you see 18% rally in the largest of large caps in the index? So it's telling you that the pessimism was overdone. Now you're seeing ground reality where the underlying assets are doing well. And you have the tailwind now of, positive dilemma on the political and on the Hindenburg side. So Adani Port and Ambuja are still two stocks which we prefer. So I think there is still upside in this stock. It's a very good, pan-India play on consumption. And the underlying brand is doing extremely well. So, I think food for thought that any decline here would be an opportunity. Consumption names are strong. Also, Aisha, just to the point, IEX and SW Solar are two power renewable and power trading plays. We have stayed away from lever. In fact, we are overweight on Godrej Consumer, Nestle, and, in that same space of QSR, Devyani International. We think those are better plays. Lever will be a market, performer. It is not going to outperform, but because of its large presence and the ability to change portfolios, it remains a very good add in your, in your portfolio over a period of time. Now, Bank Nifty has definitely outperformed, and we still think banks are going to lead the way forward. Lower yields, lower inflation, all bode well. I think the RBI will be on status quo today and tomorrow. And I think banks are the heavyweights which will actually add more color to the momentum. You can see a Reliance definitely outperform on the back that GRMs will be smart. Their retail play, ARPUs are doing extremely well, sum of parts. So a couple of these plays will be good. Index looks set that it has run up quite a bit. You could take a bit of profit or chips, but the real money is in the broader market, and that is what the market is trying to tell you. However, we think now some of the banks, particularly the large caps like ICICI, HDFC, Kotak, they are giving you a very good entry opportunity. You can couple that and add a Reliance, and you will have a good portfolio. Our preferred picks remain Maruti on the four-wheeler, Ashok Leyland on the CV side, and we like Hero Moto on the two-wheeler side. I continue to reiterate Tata Power is the best stock to buy along with IEX. Tata Power, and you forgot IEX. That has been my pick from 121 when everyone was pessimistic. And I can reiterate the reasons for IEX being an outperformer. Volumes on the power will go up 15-20 times in the next 5 years. So you cannot but be in the biggest exchange platform despite the talk of coupling and so on. So yes, fingers crossed, both of them have been a very, very smart move. And I still maintain that, stay away from the private, the PSUs, lenders, get into the private sector. Forget about sugar, get into milk, get into cheese. See, if I can take 2 minutes, the biggest industry now growing is dairy industry. We are consuming about we are at 14 lakh crore, which can go to 30 lakh crore by 2030. You've seen the type of brand Amul has created. Youngsters, millennials are very choosy about what they use as milk products, and milk and protein are going hand in hand. Now here is a stock, Parag Milk. This has a market cap of 2,900. It trades at 1-time price to book against 3 times sales to EBITDA book, which most others trade. And you're seeing the type of brand they've created. Govardhan Ghee is the second largest ghee brand in the country. Secondly, their milk products are doing extremely well. And like I said, this advent for protein and other products is going to see that this stock is going to be a huge outperformer. So I think any fall in Paytm is a buying opportunity for longer term investors. You must realize that yes, this first loss CNFL and GAD, which is a term for co-lending, has seen the NBFCs cut down or reduce their books, which will directly impact the fintechs. But I think banks will go whole hog. This is the opportunity for banks, and Paytm as a brand, as a product is humongous. Now, yes, in the short term, there will be this transition from below 50,000 and, buy now, pay later. But all that is transitory. I think banks will make up for that space. You cannot but use this correction in Paytm to buy. I am putting my money on the city gas distribution companies. I think the pessimism regarding IGL was very much overdone. Look at the gas company. Look at a company like MGL, which has just broken out. And technically and fundamentally, that's one of the best stocks as far as CNG and PNG go. And my other pick is Gujarat Gas. Gujarat Gas is the leading gas trading company in the country. It's the second largest gas distribution transmission company. And it's the largest city gas distribution. And you're aware of how CNG, PNG have gone into every household. So I think that at these prices, and particularly Gujarat company, you are available at maybe 1.5 time price to book or 2 time maximum in an area which is only going to see incremental growth. I think Gujarat Gas can exceed 550 in the slightly longer term. And this is one stock or jewel along with MGL, which is deciding to be uncovered. So I am putting my money on Gujarat Gas. As a disclosure, Gujarat Gas and Parag Milk are in our portfolios.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.